I'm at a loss. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I know that I'm feeling lost without it. We experience loss almost every single day of our lives. Loss of a loved one, losing our best friend, we lose our car keys, we lose our hair, our teeth, our minds, losing the will to do anything. We lose track of time. Redundancy, a feeling of something slipping through our fingers, time and sand trickling. The more you try to grab onto it, the quicker it runs through. A memory of how it was and a happier time, but knowing you're not going to get it back again and wishing for it not to be so. The wanting and the regret of taking it all for granted. There was a collective loss that happened to all of us simultaneously. Choice and freedom, life and wisdom, while the posh man with the shit hair calls out numbers on TV like the world's worst bingo caller, doubling and doubling again. A complete loss of control. Outside of staying inside for all these months, washing hands for time. And the loss weighed heavy on us all as we became rounder and part of the furniture. We've all completed Netflix. They used to say, you'll get square eyes if you stare at that thing too long. We all have square eyes now. We have square eyes, square hearts, square brains. Our lives became smaller. Living became cheaper. We forget how to dress ourselves as we live in our pajamas and not just at night. We become quieter, trying to stick to diets when the only pleasure we have is food, craving to be held close by people far away. Free-falling as the structure of our once well-crafted life starts to fall away. The loss is with us always, in everything we do. The life we knew before haunts us as we batten down the hatches, trying to find a way through. It started as a murmur, and far in the distance they could feel a stampede heading in their direction. They don't even know it yet, but this unmistakable force hurtling towards them is hope. Rushing through the dark, dank and dusty landscape, pushing past this desolate destruction, galloping towards them fast and furious. They have reached the bottom and now the only way is up. And this hope is awakening, flickering inside of them, igniting one by one, whispering, which starts to stoke the fire faster, the whisper turning into chatter, the chatter turning into inspiring conversation, and this hope rumbles on from person to person. There is no stopping it now. Rushing from cities through villages and towns, this hope has become a chorus of joy and glorious technicolor, laughing and singing, dancing and singing, outpouring love, creative thinking. The salty sea air in your face and the sound of muffled beats beating from the beach bars that are open and full of people. Happiness found in a field, festivals for days, and we will be together in the after haze. Going to the cinema to eat your body weight in popcorn, flip down seats with signs that say no feet up on them. The lights dimmed, time is suspended. The rustling sound of bags of sweets and being shushed by the old lady sitting in the front seats. A party with all your favourite people in one room, reminiscing and talking of all the missing when that song that everybody knows the words to drops. Sweet dreams are made of this. There are hands in the air and twirling round, all your friends singing at the tops of their voices is the most perfect sound. I will never take this for granted ever again. The gratitude that will stay with us. This is paradise. The ordinary never felt so good. And the ordinary grew as the days go by. And they realized that this normal, the thing that they knew before, it just wasn't good enough. Not in an ungrateful way, But the lessons in the loss were telling. When you have everything taken away, you can see the beauty in the mundane and have gratitude for a sunny day. The simpler things you take no notice of in a busy world. A cuddle from a best friend or making a cup of tea for your mum. Seeing the loss in a different way, as an opportunity to grow. And the lessons started to push out of them, unstoppable. Thoughts becoming things, thoughts becoming real things. Imagine this. They first notice it on a Tuesday morning, when the bank accounts of NHS workers have large deposits of money in them. The politicians unanimously refuse their pay rises, and the posh man with the shit hair steps aside for someone less posh, more humble, more worthy, and who has better hair. And all the old ladies and all the old men could leave the care homes and see their families again. And out on the beach, in deck chairs with stripes, with ice creams and swimmers that are too tight, they bask and they laugh. And their families are with them. And there are murmurations that spell out celebrations in their giant flock formations. And Joe Wicks will give them exercise classes, but in real life. And Zoom will come up with a new concept. It won't be an online experience, it'll be an in-person experience, and they will call it living. And nobody will ever make banana bread ever again. And Piers Morgan will be Harry and Meghan's gardener, and he will just be grateful for the gainful employment. And we will look up from our phones. And there will be a festival every day by order of the new brilliant government, just so we can be together. And there will be an end to the glamorization of being busy. And the act of meeting up with friends will get an OBE from the Queen, and our bodies will be given medals for taking us places when we couldn't go anywhere. And the word Trump will be erased from our brains, and the Karens of the world will chill the fuck out, and we will be able to protest again. But we won't have to protest again, because there'll be a new level of understanding. And the sun and the waves will be the only energy we will ever need again. And we will evolve. And we will be kinder to others, and we'll be more thoughtful, and we will use our bodies more. And our imaginations will be the thing we look to for guidance in what will happen next. And what will happen next will be wonderful. And we will change the narrative. Thoughts becoming things, thoughts becoming real things.